It's very easy to fall in love, very courageous to hold it forever. I was having my evening tea. I watched the beautiful sunset from my balcony. With the sunset came a chill breeze. It started drizzling. It was the beginning of Indian winters. The drizzle intensifies and it starts raining heavily. I saw a guy, his name was Rudra, my neighbor, standing on the balcony and getting drenched. I always thought that he was strange, but I realized he is not only strange but insane as well. I shouted to him, Rudra, Rudra, questioned him why, just why. Rudra's balcony had a beautiful garden with lots of beautiful plants and greenery. Rudra goes inside and gets his guitar and starts playing it very enthusiastically as if he was trying to tune it with the sound of the rain. This guy is unbelievable. Rudra was about 35 years of age and I was having my evening tea. I watched the beautiful sunset from my balcony. With the sunset came a chill breeze. It started drizzling. It was the beginning of Indian winters. The drizzle intensifies and it starts raining heavily. I saw a guy, his name was Rudra, my neighbor, standing on the balcony and getting drenched. I always thought that he was strange, but I realized he is not only strange but insane as well. I shouted to him, Rudra, Rudra, questioned him why, just why. Rudra's balcony had a beautiful garden with lots of beautiful plants and greenery. Rudra goes inside and gets his guitar and starts playing it very enthusiastically as if he was trying to tune it with the sound of the rain. This guy is unbelievable. Rudra was about 35 years of age and I really admired him because I thought he had achieved it all, and even after his success, he was humble and his simplicity is what fascinated me. Rudra was separated, but I have always found him smiling in every instance and hardly seen him stressed or worried since the time I became his neighbor. I liked spending time with Rudra. He was a very good host, and time spent with Rudra was always loving and amazing. One day Rudra had invited me to his place, and I thought it was a casual invite, as me and Rudra used to meet at least twice. I went to his home, and Rudra took out his favorite whiskey from his bar counter and offered me a drink. I said no, I don't drink. I wouldn't mind a juice. He asked the helper to get me some. I asked curiously what is the occasion because I had never seen him drink that brand before. Rudra said it was his birthday. I just completely forgot and I felt shameful being a neighbor and a friend. I forgot it was Rudra's birthday and I was attending a birthday invite without giving any present. I told Rudra I would be back in an hour. He politely said, "No gifts please." He didn't allow me to go. I felt guilty but Rudra made me comfortable. I asked again curiously, "Do you only drink this on your birthday?" With a sweet smile on his face, he replied, this was her favorite brand. It took time for me to register it, and when I realized, I didn't know how to react, as Rudra had never told me before about his wife and the separation. I casually asked, "So your ex-wife loved it, but why only this?" Rudra was quiet for some time. I thought I shouldn't have asked this question. How stupid of me. Rudra got up with his glass in hand and went towards the end of the balcony. No, this was my love's favorite brand. I was confused. Rudra never mentioned this to me before, and I thought instead of reacting and asking more questions, let's change the topic. But somehow I was curious to know about the love story. So I finally asked him, "What was the story, Rudra?" To that Rudra replies, "The story." My curiosity even increased and I told Rudra I would love to hear the story. He said, "Will you listen?" I said, "Definitely." He says, "Okay, as you wish." He starts narrating. I was in college, the first year of my graduation, and the first day is usually the orientation day. I had made friends on the first day itself. So this girl's name is Maya. The teacher formally introduced everyone to each other and a little session where everyone tells their name and all other stuff, which is totally irrelevant. So, coincidentally, the friends I made were common to both of us, and so this little group got formed, and she was in the group too. We started talking, hanging out together with everyone. She always used to sit behind my bike. Everything was going well. Talking and chatting became more frequent as we started to enjoy each other's company even more day by day. One day I went out with my other non-college mates and they had introduced some people to us, and one of the guys who I had newly met turned out to be her boyfriend. I didn't feel bad because I had not developed strong feelings for her by then. But I am also grateful for that incident because no one in my class knew about her boyfriend, and it kind of brought us close as we shared a secret between us. I chuckled. Chatting and talking became more intense and quirkier as well. It was lunch and our group was in the canteen having lunch, a little game we played as who would you rather choose. Maya was asked to choose between me and my friend. She chose the other one. I expected her to choose me because I had started to enjoy her company and to spend time with her, and we were close too, but she didn't choose me. Instead of feeling jealous, I didn't react to it, nor did I give any hints of being jealous in our talks. I still feel she wanted me to feel jealous and did it wantedly, but she always denied it and said that she didn't do it intentionally. We got really close to each other, and the conversations we started having were like we had a special bond with each other. Skipping classes, hanging out a lot, sharing drinks together. She was hilarious, was brutally honest, sultry, and entertaining when she was drunk. Just imagine the combination. I always wished how soon she would break up with her boyfriend so that I could tell her what I feel about her. Well, that's one expectation. One day one of my friends called me and said that Maya was crying and wanted to talk to you. Don't know how fast I drove that day to reach out to her. She told me that she had a big fight. I was not so sorry as the way I felt sorry. If I had smiled that day in front of her, then I'm pretty sure she would have kicked me so hard. With lots of difficulty, I had to put sorrow on my face and feel sorry. I consoled her. One thing I have noticed is that when boys console girls, they have this magic power. They use such emotions and heavy words. When it comes to a boy consoling a boy, they become so stupid and talk nonsense, and the only word that comes out is, let's get drunk. We laughed so hard at this. I had never seen this side of Rudra before. One day our group was hanging out together in one of our friends' rooms. We all had fun, like cooking, dancing, all the laughter and all. Maya was sitting next to me. It was time and we had to leave to our respective homes. Everyone started leaving and there came a point where no one was in the room. So she calls out my name and says, "Hey, I have I went. Come here." There was no one in the room and she held my cheeks and kisses me quickly and started running away because she didn't want anyone to see it. I stopped her and kissed her too. That moment was special. She blushes and runs away. It was amazing. Wow, that was quick and alluring. So the bond became very strong. I used to flirt a lot with her, like wantonly applying brakes while she was sitting behind my bike, going too slow to spend time with her. She had her own vehicle too, but I still used to find a reason to drop her home, which was like 20 kilometers opposite in the direction from my home. Just finding ways and reasons to spend time with her. Very romantic. Her relationship with her boyfriend was not going so well. They were constantly into fights. One day in class, we got a project to do, and with God's grace, me and Maya were selected in the same group. So our project group decides to meet at a friend's home so that we can discuss the project. And this discussion never happens in life. Whenever four friends meet, it's just an excuse to hang out. So I went to pick her up from her home, and then we had to go to a friend's house where the other people from the project group were present already. We discussed it for a maximum of 15 minutes, and after that snacks were ordered and other complimentary items which students prefer while ordering food. You know what I mean. I said, yeah, absolutely. It was noon and everyone was feeling sleepy, so we were sitting on the couch and watching TV. Maya was sitting right next to me. She let her head rest on my shoulder. I didn't resist. Of course, I was feeling happy about my shoulders, that it had her head on them. She wrapped her arms around me and she slept on me, hugging me, her hands grabbing my back. Her mesmerizing lips were not very far from mine. I felt I was the luckiest person ever. In order to avoid disturbing her sleep, and I didn't want her to get up, I slowly switched off my phone to let her sleep peacefully. Any man would do that if they liked someone, I said jokingly. She slept for almost an hour, and me, my friend, I didn't close my eyes even for a single minute. It felt so good that I wanted to kiss her, but I realized she was asleep. It would be inappropriate to do this if a girl is asleep and there were other people on the couch too. If you want to make love to a girl, then do it when she is in her senses, not while she is sleeping or not in her senses. A girl in her senses is more loving and desirable than when she is not. Integrity of a man, Rudra. I did control my feelings and let her sleep as long as she wished. She woke up and honestly I didn't like it. But we were not in such a stage of friendship that I could ask her to sleep for more time. Maya. I slept really well after a very long time. Then she sits and rests her face on my shoulders and we sat on the couch for a while. We looked into each other's eyes for at least a minute and we both had a strange yet lovely smile in our faces. Then everybody woke up and there was a swimming pool downstairs. We all decided, let's go swimming, and all four of us went into the pool to have a little. She was a mesmerizing beauty in a swimsuit that day. Though I knew something about swimming, I told her that I didn't know how. Can you teach me? One smart guy you are. She told me how to swim at first and those were very cute moments. But she understood that this guy is doing drama. The loving part is that she continued to teach me. After this fun session in the pool, we all went to the flat to get changed. We had to go for lunch. While she was on my bike, she was hugging me from the back and her head leaning on my shoulders. I still can't forget the drive. On one side there was a lake and on the other side there was a very beautiful view of nature. The climate was as such as it becomes just before it's going to rain. I was known for driving very fast, but that day I chose to drive very slowly. I didn't want the drive to end. Nobody would like the drive to end given the view and the person sitting behind. Though she had been on my bike so many times, but the weather, the moments on the couch, there was something exciting about her that day. Maya, out of curiosity, why are you driving so slow today? Don't you want to apply any brakes? No, today I don't want this drive to end. Just let me feel it. Our destination was not so far from the flat, but still the other two people had reached there very soon and we were almost half an hour late. Then as usual we had lunch and some casual talking. I would have loved it if only we both had a lunch date, but that was not in my hands at that time. After lunch we headed back to the flat to pick up our bags. It was evening and we had to go to our homes. So I had to drop her home. We just talked and talked to the drive. She took me to some crazy places while going to her home, which I hadn't known for living more than 15 years in the city. We were about to reach her home. She takes me to an isolated place where I don't think anyone would pass by. She got off the bike. It was goodbye time, so I told her okay, then that's it. See you tomorrow. We both looked at each other for about a minute. We kissed. I must tell you that it was a very passionate kissing, as if no one wished to stop. Of course, we had to stop due to fear of getting caught any moment. You don't seem like you wish to stop, I said teasingly. With a charming smile, she headed home. Then I left too, as my home was 20 kilometers away from our place. I had this strange smile on my face because of what had happened that day. In the end, I just loved the day and probably will never forget that day in my life. I can say you will never forget that day because of the tiny details you remember, I said jokingly. I used to go to college only to meet her and only to spend time with her. I never went to college just for studies, though it mattered a lot, but that didn't affect grades at all. If she hadn't been coming to college, I wouldn't go too. Even when we were in class, all I used to do was just look at her, find the tiny moments when we could make eye contact and try to talk to her, say something or flirt with her. That's what was the whole point of me going to college. Love had begun. During our classes also I felt bored and so I wanted to talk to her. The teacher, when writing on the board, I used to write hi on a piece of paper. I was a backbencher and she was a backbencher. So I used to throw that paper to her and we used to talk like that during our classes. When the teacher used to write on board, she used to reply by throwing the paper back at me again. I still have those papers and when I see them, I literally feel how childish or how stupid we were. By the way, the conversations were very exciting and are not worth being forgiven. Never before had I been very excited about getting up in the morning and being ready and going to college on time. Because even if one day I would miss college, then I would miss seeing her. So the whole point of my graduation was going to college only and only for her. I remember once after a party on a lunch break, I went to college to attend the class because it was mandatory to do. If not, I would have lost out of attendance. So I went to class and this was the last time of the semester where most people don't come. So my teacher asked everyone to do something entertaining. I, with a lot of courage, told my teacher that I was going to sing a song. Everyone was surprised, even the teacher was surprised as she had never seen this side of me before. So very passionately I started singing a song, and I remember throughout the whole song I was just making eye contact with her. Everyone in class, including the teacher, thought that I was singing a song just for entertainment, but that song was always and always for her. Very courageous and bold. After listening to my song, I could sense that she liked it by the smile she had on her face, and the reaction of Maya was priceless. Everything was going very well and all my fantasies and desire to meet her every day was going on and on. One day I got the news that she had a breakup with her boyfriend. Everybody in our group was feeling someone was taking care of her, and me being so in love with her, I was happy because she was out of a relationship which was only out of constant fighting, and sad because she was not feeling good. I just wanted to express my love to her as no problem, sweetheart. If someone breaks your heart, then I am ready to reconcile it and carry it with me forever and ever. So filmy, I said. She was not feeling good about her breakup. Somehow I had the courage and tried to console her. I told, it's okay, sweetheart, these things are meant to happen, but the future is always. I let her be at peace for a while. If I had expressed my love for her instantly after her breakup, then I would have looked like a fool, which I also think was my biggest mistake. So I tried to give her some space, let her be in her zone, so that when everything settles out, then I could probably show how much she meant to me and what importance she had in my life.